Joined here today by some of my award-winning team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Leon Lascaris, Giacomo Antonio, and of course Leon El-Assaad, who you've met throughout the marketing. I got that right. Throughout the marketing campaign buys. Let me share with you the following announcements, which are in place to help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions that are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract here today, and the balance will be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. Now buyers, I know that we have kept you waiting here today, so I'm not going to go on and on. I know that you've had the opportunity to inspect the property. You've had the opportunity to fall in love with it. Right now is your opportunity to own it. Where can I see a fair reasonable starting bid for 17 Admiration? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the core buyers. I'm in your hands. If you're here to buy, this is your moment. This is your time. An opportunity to get a jump on the competition. Where can I see a start? Who'd like to start us off? It's only fair you keep me waiting now. That's fine. I don't mind. It's an opportunity now to start from a position of strength, to show the competition that the keys belong to you. If you're here to buy, this is your moment and your time. I've had my say. Where can I see a start, buyers? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get going with a vendor bid at $550,000 and make it nice and easy for you at that. At $550,000, fairly bid and offered at $550 the bid. At $550,000. At $550,000, fairly bid and offered my bid and vendor bid against you at now at $550,000. At $550,000, you've come to buy. Easy entry there. At $550,000 last for rises of 25, make it 75 in the rise. At $550,000. At $550,000, got to be 75 at $550 the bid. At $550,000. Once at $550,000 are we done. At $550,000, second call at $550 the bid. Done. Finished. Third. Final call at $560. At $560, I'll short of my stride. Get you involved at $60 now. The same courtesy to any other buyer here today. Make it 10 in the rise at $60 got now. At $560,000, you've got to be 70. At $560,000, fairly bid off now at $560 the bid here. At $560,000, bids in the centre of the opportunity with you all at $560,000, but there's the competition. At $560,000, fairly bid off now at $560 the bid. At $560,000, once at $560. At $560,000, second call at $560. At $560,000, third, final call at $560,000. All done, finished, silent, out at $560,000. At $560 now, still great buying at that. At $560,000, it's got to be 10 in the rise, make it 70. At $560,000 the bid. The bid remains here at $560,000. I'll move along then at 70 with the vendor bid at $570 now. At $570 against your bid, sir, and make it 80 now. At $570,000. At $570 the bid, and looking for 80 in the rise at $570 against your bid at $570 the bid. At $570,000, once at $570. At $570,000, twice at 70. At $570,000 the bid for the third and final call. At 80 now, at $580,000, and still great buying at that at 80 now. At $580,000, fairly been offered now at $580 the bid. At $580,000, 90 the call at $580 now. At $580,000, fairly been offered at $580 bid here, back in the centre at 80. At $580,000 now. At $580,000, if you come to buy again, there's your competition. Now's the opportunity. At $580 the bid, once at $580,000, all done. At $580,000, second call at $580 the bid. Done. Finished. At $580,000 the bid for the third and final call at $580 the bid. All done. All finished. All silent out at $580. So can I confirm that bid at $580? Bear with me one moment. I'll seek some instructions. I'll be right back. Thank you.